Something has just happened that could spell major trouble for the UK economy and for Chancellor Rachael Reeves. On Friday, a shocking new report was released, and the figures are worse than anyone expected. The UK economy is showing signs of serious strain, and the government's promises to kickstart growth are now under intense scrutiny. With businesses losing confidence, the pound taking a hit, and recession fears creeping in, this latest development is set to cause a major political and economic storm. So, what exactly has been revealed? And how bad could this get for Rachael Reeves? Stay tuned as we break it all down, but first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. The UK economy has suffered a shock contraction of 0.1% in January 2025, dealing a major blow to Chancellor Rachael Reeves and her economic strategy. This downturn, confirmed by the Office for National Statistics, ONS, has sparked fresh concerns that Britain could be heading towards recession. What makes this even more damaging is that City economists had actually predicted growth of 0.1%, making this decline a nasty surprise for the government. So what's driving this economic slump, and how will Reeves respond? Let's break it down. According to the ONS, the contraction was driven by a weak performance in manufacturing, construction, and oil and gas extraction. While some areas of the economy, like retail, showed resilience, particularly food stores, as more people chose to eat at home, it wasn't enough to offset the broader decline. Speaking about the data, Liz McKeown, the ONS's Director of Economic Statistics, described the overall picture as one of weak growth. She pointed to manufacturing slowing significantly alongside poor performance in key industries like energy production and construction. The economy is now edged dangerously close to recession territory, which is officially defined as 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth. Over the 3 months leading to January, GDP did manage to grow by 0.2%, but that fragile progress is now at risk. And the markets reacted quickly to the news. The value of the pound fell, with sterling dropping 0.1% against both the dollar and the euro. Jochen Stanzel, chief market analyst at CMC Markets, didn't hold back in his reaction, calling the figures a complete disappointment across the board. He also warned that this could put further pressure on the Bank of England to cut interest rates sooner than expected. So, where does this leave Rachael Reeves? The Chancellor has repeatedly promised to kickstart the economy using policies outlined in her autumn budget and upcoming spring statement. But so far, the reaction from business leaders has been far from supportive. Many have criticised her decision to raise national insurance employer contributions alongside a hike in the minimum wage. The government argues that these measures are essential to funding public services and raising living standards, but businesses warn they could stifle investment and slow job creation. Last month, Reeves also backed the expansion of Heathrow Airport, insisting it would boost economic growth. However, critics argue that one infrastructure project isn't enough to offset the broader economic challenges. With the spring statement fast approaching, the pressure is mounting on Reeves to restore confidence and prevent the UK from slipping into recession. Her response? A bold defense of her policies. In reaction to the GDP figures, Reeves insisted, "The world has changed, and across the globe, we are feeling the consequences. That's why we are going further and faster to protect our country, reform our public services, and kickstart economic growth." She also pointed to plans for the biggest sustained increase in defense spending since the Cold War, and vowed to get Britain building again. But is this enough? Economists, including Hayley Lowe from the National Institute of Economic and Social Research, remain skeptical. She warned that the UK's economic outlook is still fragile, and that frequent policy U-turns risk undermining business and investor confidence at a time when clarity and consistency are most needed. So where does this leave us? The UK economy has shrunk when experts expected growth. The business sector is losing confidence in Reeves's tax policies. The pound has taken a hit, and markets are expecting pressure on the Bank of England. And now, recession fears are creeping back in. The big question now is whether Reeves can turn things around, or whether this latest economic shock is just the beginning of a much bigger crisis. We'll keep watching this story as it develops. What do you think? Can the UK avoid recession, or is it already too late? Let us know in the comments. In more news, it honestly baffles me to see the current state of policing in this country. Have we really fallen this far? The way officers are handling certain situations is beyond belief. It makes you wonder, would they react the same way if it were a different group involved? Or are there clear double standards at play?
What's that for?
You only pretended to kick.
I'm not holding no one. A song! For a song! Whoa! Steady on, yeah? Steady on, yeah? Steady on! Steady on! Steady on! What we're saying? Steady on! Yeah, steady on! Hey! Can I ask why you walked him up? Yes, I don't PC. I've got all the up. Yeah, come on, Joe. Just see how you got room back here. See, no Alright. You got your point, you got your point.
What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.